with just a little bit of an intro into life at Harrow College. Well, welcome everybody. That just hopefully gave you a little bit of a taste into life at Harrow College and some of the courses and obviously some of the staff and students at the college. So just before we get started with some general information, just a welcome from our principal, Pat.
Hello everyone, my name is Pat Carvello and I'm principal here at Harrow College. And I'm very pleased to welcome you to this virtual open day session. Now, I am aware that lockdown has been a very difficult time for you, particularly as you've been trying to ensure you gain the qualifications that you set out to achieve. And I do hope that this turns out well for you. But now is the time for you to think about your plans for next year's study and putting those into action. And this virtual session is here to help you do this. You have a lot of career options open to you. And here at Harrow College, we have a wide range of academic, vocational and technical qualifications over a number of levels that are here to meet your interests and your abilities. We have a great track record with a consistently high performance over the last 5 years, and we have been the highest performing college in London for 16 to 19-year-old students over the last 2 years. Plus, our A-level scores in English and Maths progress are amongst the highest in the country, and we're very proud of this, hugely down to the success of our teaching and support staff. Our teaching staff are specialists in their subject areas and bring with them a vital industry experience that will help our students to achieve. And alongside this, we have high quality support that also provides help to students to succeed and to progress. We are constantly investing in our facilities to ensure that they are fit for purpose and are of industry standard. And our social and recreational facilities are here for students to enjoy when they're not in lessons. So our staff are here to help you with our wide range of options, and we will assist you to find a suitable place here at the college according to your qualifications, your abilities, and most importantly, a course that is of interest to you and one that you can succeed in. I hope this session gives you a flavour of what is on offer here at Harrow College. And if you'd like to join us, I would encourage you to apply early to secure your place. I look forward to meeting you in person in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Well, just to pick up on a couple of the things that Pat mentioned before we get into the curriculum information that you're here for today. So just a little bit of general information. We're really proud to be the #1 college in London for our 16 to 18-year-old achievement. And this is for the 2nd year running. This was confirmed by the DFE in March. So really great news to know that our students do well. And there's another couple of reasons why we're #1 in London. We are the 2nd largest FE college in London, but also our students rated us first for their satisfaction in a recent FE Choices survey. So it's great to know that our students, when they study with us, really feel that they have a good experience at Harrow College and do well. We were the first for value added for our A-level scores, and also in terms of English, we were first in London and 3rd for maths in London as well for our progress there. And these were all within the top 10 nationally as well. So again, just goes to show we have a good track record of success. And our students do go on to great things. Some students are with us full-time, some part-time, but they do go on to do very well for themselves and move on to other areas, as we'll hear about later. So I know many of you will be here to look at your part-time options with English, but some of you will be on full-time courses and maybe looking to have some English alongside that as well. But our courses are here to ensure that our students can progress and can go forward with a fantastic future. So whether or not people are looking to go on to higher education at university, maybe into an apprenticeship, or perhaps straight into the world of work and need a qualification to help them with that, we're here to be able to provide that for them. In terms of our full-time programs, students will study a subject area with us, and they'll also have some English and maths as well alongside that, depending on the skills level that they come in with. We also have employability skills, looking at how we can enrich your experience, perhaps some work experience, and also help students with progression. And again, we can pick that up a little bit later today as well. We have great links with employers, so students get the chance to have some experience of the world of work, may have guest speakers and trips and visits to enhance what they're learning in the classroom. But above all, we're here to support our students. We want to encourage you and make sure that you work hard to achieve your goals. We've talked a little bit about the facilities. In terms of studying English, you'll be taught in well-equipped classrooms. You'll have teaching staff that bring with them a wealth of experience, so that you know that you will be learning from teachers who have got that knowledge and those skills to be able to pass on to you. And also, if you are studying one of our full-time programs with a curriculum area, that you'll be in specialist facilities, workshops, studios, specialist workspaces, but also that the experience that our teachers bring from the world of employment will help to prepare you for your next steps. But we know that college is not just about learning, there's a social side as well. We want to make sure that you can make the most of life outside the classroom. There's lots of activities that you can get involved in, volunteering and fundraising, and you can also join in with student social events as well. And we also have a student governance. We have a student union, and we encourage our students to get involved. Each class has a tutor rep who can help to shape college life by passing on the views of their classmates and their peers to be able to help shape what we do at the college and make things better for our students. As Pat mentioned, we've done a lot of investing in our campuses over the last few years. We have 2 campuses, Harrow on the Hill and Harrow Weald. And at Harrow on the Hill, we have recently embarked upon a major project to renovate some of our classroom spaces for learning, making sure that they're well equipped and at a high standard, and also our reception area and a new canteen area as well. And we continue to develop those specialist subject areas too, so putting in the facilities that students need to learn those skills for going on to employment and to further study. And we are monitored by Ofsted, who look after the standards in education. And in their most recent visit to us last July, some of what they said is on the screen for you here. Our teachers have high expectations for our learners, and they strive to help them learn. They know them well, and they work hard to help them deal with any problems. And that will come across today in some of the information that you hear from us. And the good thing is that our students and our apprentices are positive about their learning experience at the college. So again, just endorsing the work that our staff do with our students and the hard work and effort that they put in, and students do really appreciate that and enjoy learning with us, which is great. So that's enough from me. So I'm going to now hand over to Christina, who's going to give you a little bit of information about the English functional skills.
Hi everyone, my name is Christina Tracy. I'm an English lecturer at Harrow College. I'm also joint course leader for level 1 and level 2. And I did a bulk of the part-time teaching this year for both of those subjects. The actual course is designed for people who want to do a part-time course, who are 19 plus. And the functional skills or FS English skills at level 1 are progressive and it will lead you into an apprenticeship, especially at level 2. They will lead you into a career path, and they're a good building block and progression to get you to a GCSE course. Some universities, and you need to check with your course provider, will accept a level 2 qualification. Somebody coming from ESOL, and especially who has English as a second language, they're really good courses to progress you. The course runs from September to June, and the lessons are 2 hours long, and they can be done over an evening or day course, depending on what your preference is. We are teaching Pearson's EdXL, and in this 2019, it was a new exam qualification. They have just produced course books that we can direct you to that will help you with your course. You can see them there. There's one for level 1 and level 2. And this will aid your learning. We obviously have our own resources, but these will be really good things that you can use alongside the course. The pathway for level 1 is normally an ESOL background. So somebody that's studied ESOL entry or even functional skills entry can progress to level 1. Normally ESOL level 1 or functional skills level 1 will lead you to level 2. Now, the courses, because we recognise people from different countries will have different skill sets, we will be doing an assessment on the day to assess your level, and we will guide you from there. It's an external examination for functional skills, so we have nothing to do with the marking. And you actually, the good news is you get 3 attempts to sit this. Obviously with COVID, this has not happened. And it's been one of those years when things have been obviously and will always be remembered for being different. But you get normally 3 attempts. So reading and writing, and we do speaking and listening. You have to pass all 3 elements to receive the overall qualification. The speaking and listening is done in-house at Harrow. And we will give you exam dates, obviously, when you start. So as I said, reading, writing, speaking and listening. And this develops your English skills. Throughout each lesson, when you're speaking in discussion, the English teachers will pick up on mispronunciation and help you with your vocabulary. So we look at we realise that people are coming from different countries and have different skill sets, but we try and look at you holistically and help you with all areas of your English. We're here to support you, and we recognise that for some people, especially when you're past 19, it can be difficult, it can be nerve-wracking. We recognise that, and we will support you in any way we can. We have a fantastic library at Harrow where they can support you. The staff are fantastic. You can get books, audio tapes, etc. We have online Moodle, which we provide additional resources to help your learning. And we have something called BKSB and Doddle. We also offer additional revision classes for functional skills level 1 and 2 during holidays, and we will obviously advise about those should you come to Harrow College. You'll need a book. You'll need a course book is optional, and we will try and provide you and send you links of how to obtain that. But obviously, if you could buy the course book, that would be fantastic. You will always need to bring pen and paper and an exercise book to class. You know, people come with, you know, all sorts of different coloured highlighters, which is really good for pinpointing information throughout the course. The course is free to UK citizens, but subject to conditions. All students have to pay a small registration fee. And for more information, I know Lucy and the team will be able to help you with that. But you can contact anyone at Harrow College and we will advise accordingly. There's lots of frequently asked questions which will be on the recorded and on this PowerPoint, and we answer them. One of the most frequent questions is, can I study English and maths at the same time? Yes, you can, because we're on different days. So that's one of the questions that normally comes up. Another question that normally comes up If, for example, you come on the day of the enrolment, and we need to confirm how that's going to be done, and you do not meet the level we require, we would perhaps support you, perhaps advise you for a different course, or give you resources and signpost you for things that will improve your level to get onto the course. So we try and support where we can. For the marks for the new qualification, 2019 new exam from Pearson's EdXL, it was very robust in SPAG, so spelling, punctuation and grammar. You needed to pass 60% to pass the overall exam. Speaking and listening is different, but for reading, particularly writing, 60% of the overall marks would get you a pass. Okay. There is no grading with level 1 and level 2, unlike GCSE, which is numbers 1 to 9. There is a pass or a fail. It's as simple as that. All learners are expected and will be asked during enrolment if they have any holidays booked, because it is mandatory that everyone attends every lesson. You will be monitored for the first 6 weeks on your attendance and application in the class, because sometimes there's a waiting list and we have to have your full commitment. Without that, we will, you're at a loss to pass. And it has been proven that people that do not attend all lessons put themselves in a problem, in the sense that it can affect their results. So it's very important you attend all lessons. Obviously there's holidays, term time, Christmas, Easter. We do have half terms. I mentioned that we offer revision classes during those periods. You will be advised about those. But generally, when it's term time, you need to be attending all your classes. Functional Skills English is a series of English resources, courses for adults. We have entry, which is entry 1, 2 and 3. Currently, we do not run these as part-time courses. We only run them if you're doing a full-time course and you're under 19. But the level 1 and level 2 certainly we run as part-time courses and GCSE courses, where my colleague Nathan will be discussing in a moment. As I said, the level 2 is equivalent to a GCSE. In some universities, it is accepted as part of the entry qualification. But obviously many employers will recognise that, and further education and apprenticeships will recognise the level 2 qualification. Level 1 is a good stepping stone and a good broad way to step you onto the next level and give you a broad understanding of English, both reading, writing and speaking and listening. The exam dates are normally January, March and June. We will obviously give you plenty of notice of when they are. When you come to the college, you're given a handbook with all the information, who to contact if you have any queries or worries, and the exam dates are in there as well. When you pass, the college will, or the examination board will provide you with a certificate, and that you can use obviously as part of an application for a job or your university. You will receive a certificate for 3 elements: speaking and listening, reading and writing. You need to pass all 3 to get an overall pass. Some people ask, if I pass level 1 very quickly, can I move to level 2? No is the answer. You can only allowed to complete 1 level qualification in an academic year. So you can, if you're doing level 1 and you pass it in January, that's our first sitting, then you have to wait to the following September to go on to the level 2 qualification. Likewise with level 2, if you pass in January, you have to wait to the following September to qualify to go on to GCSE. We do, however, give you bridging material. So if you pass early on in January, we will give you materials that will help you for the next level. Okay, I'm going to hand you over to my colleague Nathan, and he will talk to you about GCSE part-time courses. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Christina. Names and faces I can see. And now I know you're itching to find out about the GCSE course that we offer at Harrow. So let's look at the first slide. So GCSE is a highly respected qualification that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. It's valued in schools, colleges, employers, and even universities, and it is a stepping stone for you to reach many academic and employment pathways. So most people are aiming for a grade 4 or above in GCSE English, which will, as I said, open many doors for you in your futures. So it's a very important qualification. Before you enroll at Harrow, we will ask you to undertake a short interview with a written test and a short reading test as well. This is nothing to worry about. It's purely for us to make sure that you're firstly ready for the GCSE course, and secondly, that we place you in the right sort of group and class. Now, many people coming from functional skills will find it a difficult adjustment. So that's why we really like to make sure that you are ready for the course, because the demands of the course in terms of content and study hours are different from functional skills. So who's the course for? Well, everyone who is 19 above, and everyone who wants GCSE, maybe you've taken GCSE before, but you've not passed, or maybe you want to develop your grade. Maybe you've come from overseas and you need a UK-based qualification. So we open our doors to a number of different people, irrespective of your backgrounds. You're welcome to come and apply for the GCSE course with us. So primarily the course is for those that want to develop a grade 4 and above. It's a year-long course, and it will run from September until June. And we offer on our part-time 3-hour-long sessions, either in 2 days a week or on an evening slot, usually on a Thursday 6 to 9. The good news, like functional skills, is you can combine your GCSE English study with your maths. So course content, there's a lot that we cover on the GCSE, and you will find that the pace moves fast. So therefore outside learning at home is also important. But the fundamentals of the course are looking at reading, language analysis, looking at different texts, and looking at how they're built, structured, and how the language is used. We also train you for creative writing, producing texts of your own, descriptive writing, narrative writing as well. And at Harrow, we have 2 programs that underpin our teaching, a big write and a big read method, which your teachers will use in your classes to support your writing and your reading skills, but integrate them as well. So you're all working up to the final exam, which will come after the course, usually in the summer. You will, however, have assessments throughout the course in the terms of mock exams or practice papers that we give you to support you and develop your learning throughout the year before the summer course, the summer exam. So we do offer a lot of support, like Christina mentioned, in terms of functional skills as well. We have a good team of English lecturers who will support you and teach you creatively in many ways and many styles. We have online learning tools such as Google Classroom, Moodle. We communicate with our students on email. We highly encourage you to go to the library to access external materials as well. We have a new online platform that we will be using called Century, which you will be able to access anywhere, anytime, anyhow, and anywhen to support you with your learning. During the holidays, we also offer catch-up sessions, revision classes, all contribute to your learning and progression on the course. Fees. So the course is free for UK citizens, those of you that do not have a GCSE grade 4. It is subject to conditions, and obviously our enrolment team will happily talk you through that depending on your circumstances. All students will have to pay a registration fee, a small registration fee, and more information will be given about that shortly. So will I be assessed before I'm offered a place on the course? As I mentioned earlier, yes, you will be a short assessment. For many of you who have come from functional skills, the test will kind of get you into the thinking mode of GCSE, so you know what to expect before you start your course in September. So a lot of frequently asked questions. I think I've already covered that first one. Can you study English and maths? Yes, together. Great programs to study together. If my assessment is not satisfactory, what should I do? We want to support you at Harrow, so we may advise that you are better suited at this stage to a level 1 or level 2 course before your GCSE to help you develop the skills that you are expected to have before you come to GCSE level. What is the minimum grade I need to achieve? Usually a 4. So a lot of students aim for grade 4, but we have spectacular results with students getting 6s, 7s, 8s as well. So there's no end to your ambition, and there shouldn't be. Universities often expect a grade 4 for most of their courses. Attendance is very important. If you miss sessions, you will find that you will have a lot to catch up on. So attendance is a priority, and teachers monitor that closely. There are holidays though throughout the year, half terms, Christmas and Easter, and we do ask you to try and make your travel arrangements around these so you don't lose valuable learning time. As I mentioned before, we do have a lot of extra materials such as Moodle, an online virtual classroom, Google Classrooms. Teachers use their own resources as well to make their lessons engaging for you, and we make these available to everyone studying with us in our program. Final exams usually take place in June, so June 2021. You'll have 2 papers that cover different skills in the course. You'll study these skills throughout the year, and the content of the papers at the same time as well. Okay.
Thank you both very much. I know there's a lot of information that comes with the functional skills and GCSE with English, so thank you for sharing that information. Before we open out to the chat for any questions that people have had, I know some are popping in, and we'll pick those up here in a moment. But just to give you a little bit of information just about the support that we offer. You will have heard Christina and Nathan talk about the support that the teaching staff will give you to work on your English courses, your functional skills and your GCSE courses. But we do have some support outside of the classroom as well, which a lot of our students find invaluable to help them learn. As we've mentioned, sometimes it's not always clear what levels or what information we might need for progression. So our careers team are there for advice and guidance on that. And I've got the contact numbers for them in just a moment. But they can help you with any progression information you need. So if you're studying with us, you might be thinking about going to university or going into work. What other qualifications might you need? What kind of things do you need to think about? They can help with that. You might have a need, a difficulty or a disability. And again, we have a learning support team available at Harrow College who can help to put some of that support in place for you. We do recommend that when you apply, do let us know. There is an opportunity to put any information that you need to share with us on the application form. So the sooner you let us know about any potential support you think you might need, the quicker we can start working with you to be able to put some of that in place, and also signpost you if there's anywhere that we need to signpost you to. We can do that as well. And we know that studying is often a little bit stressful. It can, there's lots of other commitments that we have in our lives. So our student services team can offer personal and welfare support as well. So if you're struggling with anything, don't be concerned to come and talk to us. The team are there to be able to advise and help you. And also with financial support. Obviously, there are sometimes some textbooks and things that you need to buy, equipment for your course. If you are struggling, do come and talk to student services. Again, there are things that they can put in place to help you, or they can just talk through any opportunities that they know about that they can help you to find out about for support. And you've heard a bit about the academic support as well. There's lots of resources available. The teaching staff are there, they're well qualified, they're there to support you. And also they can point you into some of those online resources as well. And a number of our students have been working really hard during the lockdown to support themselves and to undertake remote learning. And there are often lots of tools and advice that we can support you with as well. So the message really is, if there's anything that you're worried about, or any thoughts or any needs that you think you might have, get in touch. There's an opportunity to get in touch now or when you apply. So do that and we can help from there. So some of you may have applied already, or you're thinking about what the next steps are. How do you go about applying? Well, it's easy to do that online. It's the quickest, easiest way to apply for your next course. Some of the part-time courses will have an inquire button on them at the moment. Some of those dates and those times are not quite finalised, but don't worry, you can still pop your information through. So if you go onto the course that you're interested in applying for, click the apply now or the inquire button, and that will bring up our electronic form. It's an online form, very easy to use, and we'll guide you through that. Fill out the details, and once you've done that, we'll receive those back into our system, and then we'll be in touch with you. The reassuring thing at this point, obviously, with the fact that we're working remotely, don't let that worry you. Still put your information and your application in, and then that will come back to us and we'll be able to explain to you the next steps. If you prefer to download an application form, you can do that too. There is a form on the website. You can fill that out and either post it or email it back to us, whichever route you prefer. But always recommend getting your applications in as soon as you can. Even if you're not quite sure about the level, once we get those applications in, we can then start looking at that and help, and the team will help to assess you and get you on the right course. And maybe you're not quite sure which course you want. Again, we're here for help with that as well. Our careers team are available. They're working remotely. They're answering the phones and they're answering emails. So do get in touch. You can call them on 0208 909 6000 or email them on inquiries@hcuc.harrow.ac.uk. And as I said, they're there to have a conversation with you. As you've heard from Christina and Nathan today, there are different options, different routes to start at, and you might be progressing from one to the other, or you're maybe not quite sure which route you need to and which pathway you need to start with. So do get in touch, because we can start to help with that, and they can reassure you about the process from there. At the moment, our enrolment process and our admissions process is slightly different because we're not working on site on campus at the moment. So that's why we're recommending that if you do need any advice or queries, get in touch, but also submit the application and we'll go from there. Some of the assessments that take place, some of that is done online, but some of it will be on campus. But we won't start enrolling until the end of August. Usually the 20th of August is our first enrolment date. So we are looking at getting in touch with people to let them know how that will be happening this year. So again, don't worry, if you've got in touch with us and you've applied, we will be coming back to you with more information about that. So that's everything that I have to share with you today. As we say, education is about opportunity. So get yourselves informed and get involved. You can see some of our students on the screen there. Find out the information that you need. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We can help you get you onto the right course. So at that point, just to say thank you, we now open up for any questions. I think there have been some that have been coming through the chat. Christina, Nathan, as we go through, please chip in with the information. And just to let you know, the inquiry details are on there, so if there are any questions. But if we have a little look at the chat.
Lucy, can I just interject then? I've just had a quick look, and some of my students who I've taught this year at level 1, level 2, and I wanted to just speak to them directly. This year, obviously, because of COVID, they only sat one exam. They would have sat 3. So what we have done, they're worried about progressing on to perhaps from level 1 to level 2 or level 2 to GCSE. What we have done as teachers, we've looked at their assessments throughout the year, whether it's mock exams or the live exam, and we've looked at their work in the class, and we have estimated the grades. This is something that the government have said that we had to do. So the estimated grades have been put in, and that you will get the results in August. So I would say to those students that are not sure if they've passed or not, still apply for the course you want to, whether it's level 2 or GCSE, and anybody that I've taught, enrolment can contact me. We will have the data, and we can help them then move on to the next level. So we have estimated your grades. We're not obviously allowed to discuss those, but you will get the results in August before the final enrolment, which will be ongoing, and we will help you to get on to the next step.
Yeah, just to add to what Christina said there, if anybody who is expecting their grades towards the end of August, if you're not sure if they're better or worse, don't worry, because we will still be able to help you. So do come and see us, come and talk to us. Contact details are on there, and enrolment information will be going onto the website once we know what the dates and times and how we're going to operate that. Once we are following government guidelines about coming back onto site, so information will be updated on the website. But please don't worry, once you've got those grades back at the end of August when they're released, come and talk to us and find out more. Don't be concerned if it's better or worse than you expected. So it's always worth reassuring our students with that as well. Anjali, just wonder if you might be able to just have a little look to see if there's anything else that's come through on the chat that we might want to advise on.
In the chat, with entry 3 certificate, can I enroll into level 1?
Yes, from Mohammed. I did see that. Hi, Mohammed. Basically, yes is the answer. However, you will be subject to the assessment and the interview. Normally, the normal progression from an entry 3, if it's ESOL, would be on to functional skills level 1. There have been times when there's still things that need to be improved, and we might suggest a functional skills entry 3, which would then lead you on to level 1. But it will depend. Apply for what you require, and we can work out on the assessment. I hope that answers your question.
That's great.
I think that's the majority of questions in the chat were about exam results and
yes.
Yeah, so I haven't seen any other questions apart from Mohammed's.
I think it's very confusing for all the students that I know, that a lot of my students are on here today. It's very confusing because they're not sure, and we will obviously have to wait till August. But that's not to say that someone was, comes in September and has been studying very hard all through the summer and does an assessment, and maybe they might go up a level. It's not something we normally do, but in these unprecedented times, it might be something that happens this year. So keep studying is what I want to say to all my students, to everyone that's listening.
And certainly there's lots of materials available online, so you can keep that going over the summer, keep your skills up as well. And I know that there have been some materials that we've got on the college website as well, so you can always have a little look on there. There's a web page called Get Ahead, www.harrow.ac.uk/get-ahead, and there are some materials on there as well, so do have a little look. And there's some materials from different subject areas, so you might want to have a little look and see, maybe test your skills in another area as well. So that's all there for you too, as well as all of those online resources, BBC Bite Size. I know there are lots of other dedicated resources for functional skills and GCSE English. So as Christina said, worth keeping your skills up. And don't worry, when we get back into getting ready for September, we'll be able to help you on the courses that you need from there. Well, thank you, everybody. As we've got all of the questions answered there that have come through, just remains to say thank you, Christina, thank you, Nathan, for your time and for sharing that information today. Just to again reiterate, any questions do come through to us. Hop onto the website for more information and you can apply from there. But once again, thanks for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.